If you're on Social Security or about to file for retirement benefits, you need to hear this because there's a lump sum payment that some people are getting, and we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm talking $10,000, $12,000, sometimes even more in a single check from Social Security. Now, this isn't some scam or clickbait. This is a real benefit that the Social Security Administration offers to certain people in certain situations. And if you don't know about it, you could be leaving serious money on the table. So today, I'm breaking down exactly what this lump sum payment is, who's eligible to get it, and the pros and cons you need to consider before you accept it. Because yes, there are some trade-offs you need to know about. I read through all the policy documents and articles, so you don't have to, and I'm giving you the straight facts in plain English. Let's dive in. Here's what we're covering today. First, I'm going to explain exactly what this lump sum payment is and how it works. Then, we'll talk about who's eligible. Spoiler alert, it's not everyone, and I'll tell you exactly why. We'll go through a real-world example with actual numbers so you can see what this might look like for you. And finally, I'll cover the pros and cons because while getting a big check sounds amazing, there are some things you need to think about first. And look, I know Social Security is confusing. There are so many rules, so many exceptions, so many what-ifs. That's exactly why I make these videos, to cut through all that confusion and give you information you can actually use. Okay, so what exactly are we talking about here? This lump sum payment is specifically for retirement beneficiaries, people claiming Social Security retirement benefits. Here's how it works. When you reach your full retirement age, which is 67 for most people retiring now, you have a choice. You can claim your benefit right then, or you can wait. And for every single month you wait past your full retirement age, your benefit increases by 2/3 of 1%. That's 0.667% per month. Over a full year, that's an 8% increase. And if you wait all the way until age 70, you can increase your benefit by 24% compared to what you'd get at full retirement age. These are called delayed retirement credits, and they're a permanent boost to your monthly check. Now, here's where the lump sum comes in. Let's say your full retirement age is 67, but you decide to wait and file at 68. You've delayed for 12 full months, right? You've earned that 8% increase. But when you file, Social Security can offer you something called a retroactive lump sum payment. They can pay you up to 6 months of back benefits as a one-time lump sum check. So even though you waited 12 months, they can pay out 6 of those months in one big payment. The catch, you'd be giving up the delayed retirement credits for those 6 months. Let me give you a concrete example with real numbers. Let's say your full retirement age is 67, you're now 68, and your monthly benefit would be $2,000. You've waited 12 months past your full retirement age. That means you've earned 12 months of delayed retirement credits, an 8% boost to your benefit. When you file, Social Security might offer you a 6-month retroactive lump sum. 6 months' time, $2,000 equals $12,000. That's a check for $12,000. Sounds incredible, right? But here's what happens if you take it. You give up the delayed retirement credits for those 6 months. That 8% boost you earned, it goes down to 4%. You still get credit for the other 6 months you waited, but you forfeit the increase for the months they're paying you retroactively. So your choice is essentially this. Take the $12,000 now and accept a smaller monthly benefit going forward, or skip the lump sum and keep that full 8% increase on every check for the rest of your life. That's a real decision you have to make. And honestly, there's no one right answer. It depends on your situation. So, who actually gets offered this lump sum payment? This is important. Not everyone, not even close. Here are the statistics. About 60 to 65% of people file for Social Security retirement benefits between age 62 and their full retirement age. Those people get a reduced benefit and they're not eligible for this lump sum option. About 24% of people file right at their full retirement age. They get their full benefit amount, but they haven't delayed past that point, so they're also not eligible. Only about 10% of people wait until age 70 to claim. But here's the thing, anyone who waits past their full retirement age and is earning delayed retirement credits could potentially be offered this option. So, if your full retirement age is 67 and you file any time between 67 and 70, you might be eligible. The longer you've waited, the larger the potential lump sum. But remember, they can only pay out up to 6 months retroactively. If you waited 3 years, they can still only pay 6 months as a lump sum. The rest stays as your increased monthly benefit. All right, let's talk about why someone might want to take this lump sum payment because there are some really compelling reasons. Immediate cash for urgent needs. If you've got medical bills piling up, home repairs that can't wait, or you're behind on expenses, $10,000 or $12,000 in hand right now could be life changing. Sometimes immediate money solves immediate problems, and that's worth something. Pay off high interest debt. If you're carrying credit card debt at 20% interest, taking a lump sum to wipe that out might make more financial sense than waiting for slightly higher monthly payments over time. Investment opportunities. Some people might want to take that lump sum and invest it strategically. If you're confident you can get a return that beats the value of those delayed credits, it might make sense. You need the money now more than later. This is real talk. If you're in your late 60s or early 70s and you want to enjoy life now, travel now, help your grandkids now, that money in hand might be more valuable to you than extra monthly income down the road. Peace of mind. Having a chunk of savings in the bank can reduce stress and give you a financial cushion. That psychological benefit is real, but there are also significant reasons to think twice before taking the lump sum. You're giving up permanent increases. Those delayed retirement credits aren't just for a year or two. They last for the rest of your life. Every Social Security check you get from now until you pass away would be higher if you don't take the lump sum. It's less money long term. If you live a long life, and we all hope you do, the cumulative value of those higher monthly payments will eventually exceed the lump sum. For many people, after 10 or 15 years, they'd have been better off skipping the lump sum. COLA applies to a smaller base. Every year, Social Security gets a cost of living adjustment. That COLA percentage applies to your benefit amount. If your benefit is 4% lower because you took the lump sum, every COLA going forward is also applied to that smaller number. Survivor benefits are affected. If you're married and you pass away first, your spouse's survivor benefit is based on what you were receiving. A lower benefit means a lower survivor benefit for them. Tax implications. That lump sum is taxable income in the year you receive it. If it pushes you into a higher tax bracket or affects other income-based benefits, you could end up paying more in taxes or losing other assistance. Now, I'm getting questions about this, so let me clarify something really important. This specific lump sum option is only for Social Security retirement benefits for people who delayed past their full retirement age. If you're on SSI supplemental security income, this doesn't apply to you in this way. SSI has its own rules about back payments, but that's a different situation. If you're on SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, this also doesn't apply in the same way. SSDI does have retroactive lump sum payments, but those work completely differently. Those are back payments for the time you were disabled and waiting for approval, not a choice about when to file. So don't get confused. What we're talking about today is specifically retirement benefits and delayed retirement credits. So what should you actually do if you're offered this choice? First, understand your full retirement age. Know exactly when you hit that milestone. For most people right now, it's somewhere between 66 and 67. Know when you're filing. If you're filing right at your full retirement age or before, this won't apply to you. If you're filing after, pay attention. Do the math for your situation. Use your actual benefit amount and calculate what you'd be giving up long term versus what you'd get immediately. Think about your health and longevity. If you're in great health with a family history of long lives, those permanent increases might serve you better. If you have health concerns, immediate money might make more sense. Consider your overall financial picture. Do you have emergency savings? Are you in debt? What's your spouse's situation? All of this matters. Don't be afraid to ask questions. When you go to file, ask the Social Security representative to explain your options clearly. Ask them to run the numbers both ways so you can see what you're choosing between. You can say no. If they offer you the lump sum and you don't want it, you can decline it and keep your full delayed retirement credits. There's no penalty for saying no. Look, here's the reality. For most people who are healthy and expect to live a normal lifespan, skipping the lump sum and keeping those higher monthly payments is probably the better financial choice over the long run. But life isn't just about spreadsheets and long term calculations. Sometimes you need money now. Sometimes life happens. Medical emergencies, family needs, opportunities that won't wait. And you know what? That's okay. This is your benefit. You paid into this system your entire working life. Whatever choice makes sense for you and your family is the right choice. Don't let anyone shame you for taking the lump sum if that's what you need. And don't feel pressured to take it if keeping the higher monthly benefit makes more sense for you. So here's the bottom line. If you're planning to file for Social Security retirement benefits after your full retirement age, you might be offered a lump sum payment of thousands of dollars. It could be $10,000, $12,000, or more, depending on how long you waited and what your benefit amount is. This is real money that could make a real difference in your life. But it comes with trade-offs. You'd be giving up some of the permanent increases you earned by waiting. Only you can decide what's right for your situation. Just make sure you know this option exists and understand what you're choosing. I hope this cleared things up for you. If it did, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future updates on Social Security, retirement, and benefits. I'm constantly reading through policy changes and breaking them down so you don't have to. Drop any questions in the comments below. I read them all and I'll answer what I can or make follow-up videos on topics you want covered. And hey, share this video with anyone you know who's approaching retirement age. This is information that could literally put thousands of dollars in someone's pocket if they know about it. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next